last year, and Jamie and I are sitting at the signing table for the autographs, and this baby gets plopped down in front of me wearing a onesie. These guys are probably here. That says, "Proof that nerds have sex." And everyone, I'm like, "Oh, look at that, that's really cute." I take a picture of it, and someone in line goes, "Hey, you should sign the baby." And someone else goes, "Sign the baby." And all of a sudden the crowd's like, "Sign the baby!" Okay, I'll sign the baby. I sign the baby's onesie, and I push the baby over to Jamie. Jamie says, "What? Sign the baby." Okay, starts signing the baby, starts crying immediately. So I say, "Stop pressing so hard." And the thing is about baby jokes is nobody thinks they're funny when there's a baby actually there. I have twin 11-year-olds, and one of them's always been like 20 or 30% bigger than the other. And when they were babies, they're really quite different size. And people would say, "Why are they different sizes?" I said, "It's a long-term experiment. We're feeding him more." Nobody thinks it's funny until the children can walk, and then they start to feel like it's okay to laugh. Yes?
So, as a fellow father and a person who's in a science role in a teaching show, what do you see as a big important factor as the future of science and education as it comes out of the schools more and more?
Well, we had the honor of being invited by President Obama late last year to attend a speech he gave on his STEM initiative, science, technology, engineering, and math. Obama is working with different large private industry entities like the Discovery Channel, Headrush, which is airing on school days from 4 to 5 on Wednesdays, commercial-free Mythbusters. That's part of the STEM initiative. Obama believes, and we totally agree, that getting kids interested in it is one of the most important things. Getting kids realizing that their brains can grasp and critically look at a problem in front of them rather than it's something that's being dictated to them. And, one of the most humbling aspects of this job is the fact that we've become considered educators of some kind. We speak at the California State Science Teachers Association, and we've spoken at the National Science Teachers Association conventions, and the thing that I realized is, and I think this is what resonates with kids, is that we're not a demonstration show. And I love Bill Nye, and I loved Mr. Wizard, Don Herbert. But those were demonstration shows. And a lot of times I was left cold because sometimes the demonstration just didn't quite resonate to me. I didn't understand, or I didn't see, or it wasn't really clear. And it's hard when you know how a concept works to communicate it to someone who doesn't. And one of the things about me and Jamie is we don't know how the concept works. We're figuring it out as we go along. And I think that's the most important thing that we've shown to people, is that science is messy and you can come to your own conclusion on it, and you can occasionally do things that no one's ever thought of before. I would not have, when we started doing this show, when we shot the first pilots, I would not have imagined that we would do several firsts. Like, we'd be the first people to capture someone breaking a wine glass with their voice on video. Or we'd be the first to make a lead balloon, or the first to slide down a really ridiculously long water slide. The second scariest thing I've ever done. The first just happened a couple weeks ago. Remember Underwater Car? How many people's worst fantasy is being in a car sinking in the water? Yeah, so, it's not mine. I was totally cool with that whole experiment. Sinking in the car in the water, like, under controlled circumstances. But one of the things it turns out is that cars, when they go in the water, most of them actually do what's called turning turtle. Their front hits the water and starts to sink, and the car's momentum carries it upside down, and the car sinks upside down. So we decided to revisit that. And I'm not going to give away what happens in the episode. I live. And all of these safety procedures that Jamie and I thought through and put in place, everything worked perfectly. It still was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, and I've told my mom, this episode will air and you're never allowed to see it. My mom will have a nervous breakdown if she watches this. Help, oh, there we go. My mom will have a nervous breakdown if she's not allowed to see it. Yes.